Alright Undertoads, it's about time we wrapped up this MechVenture series on the NES. You've seen the others, but this time around, we've lost our memory on the mean streets of 1940 Chicago. It's Deja Vu on the NES. Deja Vu is part of the MechVenture series from ICOM and was published on the NES by Kemco. Like the other MechVenture games, such as Uninvited, this game looks really good in full color, and the inclusion of music is a vast improvement over the original Macintosh version. But as you can tell, the interface begs to have a mouse over the NES controller. It's not really that much of a problem though, as Deja Vu plays exactly the same as Shadowgate and Uninvited. There's a menu of commands at the bottom, an inventory to the right, and all the action is contained in that tiny little window to the left. It's pretty simple, and there's no real animation, little in terms of sound effects, repetitive music, very simple controls, and it's awesome. You play as Theodore Ace Harding, a retired boxer turned private eye whose luck couldn't get any worse even if he walked under a ladder and smashed a mirror. He's lost his memory and has awoke in the worst place you could, a public men's restroom in Chicago. Eager to escape your grime setting, you leave the restroom, root around a closed bar, and discover the owner plugged full of lead in his office. The worst part is that you may be the one to blame for the murder, and if you can't get your memory back and collect the right evidence, Ace Harding will have to spend the rest of his days in the slammer. After you leave Joe's bar, you'll walk the mean streets of Chicago, finding clues in Joey Siegel's penthouse apartment. He's the dead guy, if you did notice. The bungalow of his cheap perfume-wearing secretary, as well as your own office. As you send Ace around, you'll use the various and very typical adventure game commands to search for items and learn more about the plot to frame old Ace for murder and kidnapping. You'll eventually recover Ace's memory of at least who he is and some assets of his past, but now it's important to get all the evidence in the case. Some is fake and has been planted to let Ace take the fall for kidnapping some guy's 400-pound wife, as well as murder the bar owner Joey Siegel. You'll uncover a tale of passionate romance between the secretary and her estranged lover Mr. Sternwood, and a jealous Joey Siegel. Ace's fingerprints are all over the gun that shot Joey, and several fake notes and clues litter Chicago that could lead the police to Ace. That's a problem, and it's a main change from the other MechVenture games. The other games were very simple, almost a get-through-the-puzzle-and-progress style of gameplay. Deja Vu, while still holding a few puzzles, relies more on the player's lateral thinking. How could a private eye approach a situation? Is it worth finding a key to a door, or can you just shoot the lock off? Instead of asking to politely come in, can you just punch the butler in the face? I love that part. Also, unlike the other games, Deja Vu doesn't offer a definitive "okay, you're near the end" section. Once you think you have the right clues and figured out the crime and disposed of the fake incriminating evidence, you'll have to take your chance with the coppers. If they find more clues that you didn't, you'll take the rap and it's game over. It's actually the most challenging part of the game to make sure that you have every clue that you need, and there are a ton of clues to pick up. Deja Vu is a lot of fun, and it's a compelling adventure, and if the NES isn't up your alley, you can check this game out and its sequel out on the Game Boy Color. Deja Vu offers players a trip back in time to the 40s detective world, and it's a fun time and one worth checking out. Now if you excuse me, I need to punch this mugger in the face. Sucko!